don't know where Azerbaijan is, Emin Davud. This is my friends probably. I don't know that. Hello guys, as G said, I'm from Azerbaijan. My name is Emin Davud. I came here to Poland 3 years ago, and before coming here I used to live in Azerbaijan, and in the nightlife in Azerbaijan is not exactly like the Poland, so we don't have this kind of nightlife, so it's not so easy to go to the girls and meet in the bars in Azerbaijan. So that's why before I come to Europe, also this is not easy to get a visa to come to Europe. And there are some rumors about the Poland and about the Europe always. And there is older people he's like uncles, neighbors, something like came to Europe before, and they are always coming to us and say like, in the Europe, you are not going to the girls, but girls are coming to you. In this thinking, like, of course I have a prediction before I come to Europe, so I was thinking like, I will reach to the Warsaw airport with my luggage, and there will be like one very big fancy car stop, and like 2-3 girls with the bikinis, they were going to come up like, hey, Azerbaijani handsome guy, just come and join us with our sex parties. And like, fuck the luggage! Wait, I have to take my 3 packages of condoms, which I just bought from the duty-free in airport. And, oh, silly Azerbaijani guy, we don't use condoms in our sex parties. Dreams comes true. No, the dreams didn't come true. You know what the reality is? The first month in Poznan, I was living with the African guy in the room, in the bunk bed. I was sleeping in the up and he was sleeping in the down. So one day, it was night, I was sleeping and I was dreaming that I'm in the ship, like very fancy, like yacht. And I am having like parties with some of my friends. You can guess what kind of party is that. And then just like, we're in the ship and it's a sex party, yes. And our drinks on the table is like going down and up like us in the ship. And then I just like woke up. I just, like, checked the time, it was like 4 a.m. in the morning, but there was something wrong. I was still shaking. Like, I just heard the voice that in the downstairs, the voice is coming like, No, sorry, it was an African guy. And, it was kind of irritating. I didn't know what I'm going to say, and I was like, hey man, what's up? You need a hand? So, yeah, living in Poland is kind of, weird for the Azerbaijani guy, because, it's good that I meet with a lot of international people here, because in my country, as no one knows, it's not so common that you go to the market in the morning and you see some, I don't know, Malaysian guy in the market crew and waiting and trying to speak in English with the cashier. It's not so common. So here you're meeting a lot of international people, but like Marcus, some people, they don't know where is Azerbaijan, for example. Do you know where is Azerbaijan, Marcus?
No, sir.
Okay, that's the point. But some people, in Europe, they know where is Azerbaijan because of the, I don't know, Eurovision or Formula 1 or something, but some people doesn't know. So always, I live here for like 3 years, and the same conversation always is going on, it's the same. Like, where are you from? Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan? What is that? Near Turkey, under Russia. Geographically. politically also, but... Thank you, man, I love you. Someone knows about the politics. Okay, so... another weird thing about Poland is the homeless people, actually. Because in Azerbaijan, generally, homeless people, they're not coming up too much, like they're hiding in some places, they're drinking there. Because, Azerbaijan is a Muslim country, by the way, Marcus. So, homeless people know that if they come up and, ask from the one girl, hey, what was that? If they ask from the girl, can I have a cigarette or can you give me money for a beer? They know that another Azerbaijani aggressive guy is coming and is going to beat this homeless guy. So they're afraid of this kind of thing. But in Poland, in Poznan, homeless people is kind of part of the city life. They are always with you. When you are it's in Friday or Saturday, you are preparing to go out. You know that you are going to meet some, homeless people in the world. They are going to come to you and mogę jeden papierosy poproszę, or 2 zloty po piwo. And very weird stuff for me. It was sometimes they know a lot of languages. I mean, they're not only asking in Polish language, but they're also asking in English language. But the weird stuff happens, I was in the city center, I was drunk, like always, and the one homeless person it's always up to my mood, sometimes I give 1 package of cigarettes to the homeless person, sometimes I don't give, it's up to my mood, and also it's up to the homeless person how he's going to ask me that, the 1 cigarette. And the one guy came to me and just mogę jeden papierosy poproszę, and I just didn't want to give him a cigarette, I was in that mood, I was just being a son of a bitch, I started to talk in Azerbaijani language with this guy. Mogę jeden papierosy poproszę? Ja. Polski? Nie. English? No. Russian? Niet. Turkish? I said, okay, I know Turkish language, and I said to myself, if this guy is going to ask me the cigarette in Turkish language, I'm going to give him the whole package of my cigarette and the money for the beer, okay? And he was like, kurwa chapati. Dziękuję. No, it's not over. No, you cannot get rid of my that days. Then, okay. I'm living in Poland for 3 years, as you know. So, but my best friend, as I said, I speak Turkish, so it's good, to have the best friends, the same language speakers. So, one of my best friends is Turkish here. And we have some rule, okay? So this rule is, whenever one of us say to, let's imagine we are in the one table with a lot of international people or Erasmus people, it doesn't matter. If one of us said that, hey man, I read it in an article that after that, whatever is coming, if it is a lie, the other guy have to approve this. For example, if we are in the table and he's saying hey Emin, I read in an article that one, horse fucked the one goat and the goat gave a birth to the sheep. And I have to say yeah, I read that article also. It happened in China and they named this sheep as sushi, for example. So once we were in the one very famous bar in here and with Erasmus people, and there was a very beautiful girl near to me. She was French and she was curly hair. I was flirting with her for a whole night, and I was feeling, this chemistry, that there's gonna be something between us. She's going to be my future ex-wife, or something, I was feeling something. And then the article guy, he just turned to me and said like, "Hey Emin, I read in an article that if any Azerbaijani guy came to the Poland, Europe, and stayed here for like 3 years and never going back to the country, it means maybe he is a gay, and that's why he's not going to his country, because he's going to offend in his country." And everyone didn't, of course, trust him, and the girl also, the beautiful girl, she started to laugh, and she said like, "Are you secretly gay?" And I was like, "I am not secretly gay. I'm just gay." And she was like, "So why you were flirting with me whole night?" "Guess why? Because I want to fuck your handsome friend." It's like, this rule is kind of funny, but it can also ruin your life very way. Like, I hate that. As I said, my friends they're very supportive people. Thanks to them, I love them. It's the first time that I'm on the stage alone, like making a stand-up shows. Thank you for applause, okay? And like 3-4 days ago, when I learned about that, I told my friends also, like, I'm going to perform in the stand-up show. And 2 days ago, like, this article guy, the same guy, he came to me and he said like, "Hey Emin, don't worry man, I got this. I'm prepared for your stand-up show." And I was like, "I am not even prepared, so how can you be prepared to my stand-up show? Like, did you write some jokes for me or something?" And he was like, "No, man. For last 2 days, I was watching the not funniest videos at all, and I'm trying to laugh. So, like, whenever you are talking anything, just look at me, I'm going to laugh." Thank you so much. So right now, I'm like, after a few years, I'm planning to go to USA and live there, I hope. And I also told it to my Polish friends, and one of my Polish friends came to me and he said like, "Hey man, in the USA, girls are coming to you, not you are not going to the girl." And I said like, "Hey man, enough, like this fucking bullshitting, like where are you, like who is telling this to you?" And he was like, "I read it in an article." Thank you guys, my name is Emin Davud.